until you are ready to speak. And we're going to add a number 3 today because it could be a trying time for a lot of us here today because our wonderful Miss Rita is expanding her business abroad, so she will not be with us this week. So I urge each and every one of you to sharpen your pencils and make sure that you're ready to take your own good notes. All right. With that being said, let's get it from the green room to the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And grand rising and welcome to Good Morning Experts. I'm Troy Gandy, your index voice of inspiration, and I have the extreme pleasure to present the sum and introduce the other, none other than our host of this morning's Pass the Ball segment. And we're talking about the man that has a reputation of being a master builder. He is that 6-figure ring earner and member of the not the 𝗍LC, but that Gold Legacy member. And he is the first shareholder in Washington, D.C. We talking about the man known to this family as the man of courageous conversations. We looking at Uncle Ja.
Woo! Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Troy. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir. The ball is yours.
All right, hold on. Let me plug in my microphone. Hold on one second.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Stay tuned, Uncle Ja, in a few short minutes.
All right, can y'all hear me?
There it is.
All right. So we'd like to welcome everybody to the biggest, baddest CEO meetup on the planet. This is Uncle Ja zooming in from the DMV. Got a great show for y'all this morning. I'm still trying to get my devices together, so y'all bear with me. We're officially in the tip drill version of Pass the Ball. This is where we talk to our leaders all across the country, and they give us nuggets that we can use. They give us tools that we can use to grow and expand our business. So before we do all that, we are in, like I said, the tip drill version. So I got 3 questions for y'all. Y'all come off of mute and don't forget to send your last minute texts. Team, how y'all feel?
Better.
Ooh, and what's up?
Coach.
And who gets a green sheet?
Everybody gets a
Everybody
green
gets a green sheet.
Everybody gets a green sheet.
Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet.
All right. So here we go. Real quick, before I pass this ball, I am going to give y'all, hope y'all got your pens. I am going to give y'all Uncle Jock's word of the day. Y'all ready for it? First off, let me say, we got to come off mute and say congratulations to Jen for having a safe trip, safe commute. She is safe where she is.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jen.
Like that hair too, bro.
Ready to get back on the grind. Y'all already know she is in grind mode. It's almost like, whoa. So great to have you almost back, Jen. We know you got to get settled in and all that stuff, but hey, one step at a time, right? So, ladies and gentlemen,
Mhm.
here is my message of the day. Get on somebody's internet radio show ASAP. I only see one person, two people writing. The rest of y'all can't see anyway. Listen, y'all, listen. Something happened this weekend to me that I knew it was happening. I shared it with y'all, but I didn't know how powerful this thing is. But I knew, right? This is why we promote inside the studio. So here's the thing. We're promoting inside the studio for you to become a self-sufficient branding machine, right? However, if y'all see the big picture and what we're trying, not what we're trying to do, what we're going to do with you all, with us, and with the life insurance industry, we're getting ready to take this industry by storm, and we're going to break the threshold. And it's almost going to be like the music industry meets the insurance industry. So I got an interview this weekend. It was a 15-minute interview. That's it, right? 15 minutes just to introduce Uncle Jock to the community. And the platform is a platform that's been on for 13 years. This is what y'all got to do. Wherever you live, there's internet radio all around. When you get on those shows, guess what you're doing? You're connecting with a whole nother network. If it's a small internet radio show, they have hundreds of listeners. If it's a pretty nice sized radio show, they have more listeners. If you live in a city that has syndicated radio that goes all across the country, even better. But for 15 minutes to not leave your house, to do a radio show remote and get 30 plus freaking prospects calling you about joining you in business or protecting their families. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Do y'all see what I'm is it clear?
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So remember, Uncle Jock's message of today, go get on internet radio. Now, here's the second part. I said this about 5 or 6 months ago. I don't know if anybody remembers. To become an expert as a so-called expert on a subject matter or what have you, right? 44. This is the magic number. Don't ask me why. This is just the number. Get on 44 people's shows. Get on 44 shows. Not 24, not 64, 44 shows. Because what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, or let's just say 40 plus shows. If you can do that in a 3-month period, I got a friend of mine who did 44 shows in 1 week. He was determined to get in front of people, and so he expedited himself becoming an expert in the will and trust space. So all I'm telling you all is we giving y'all so many nuggets to grow your business. If your business doesn't grow after, like if it doesn't start growing after this month, just call me one-on-one, because that means we got some real heavy lifting to do one-on-one. Okay. So with that being said, I am going to take the ball and I'm going to pass it to a lady who I have a tremendous amount of respect for, not only because she's like a sister from another mister, but she's one of my day oneers. She's one of the folks that has never changed since day one. You know, some people think day one are the people you grew up with since day one. No, she's been a day oneer. What you see is what you get. So none other than the storyteller. What you got for us this morning?
Okay, did I beat Mark? Because Mark had his hand up first.
I ain't see it. I don't see it. Is your
That's
hand up, Mark?
okay. Ladies,
Oh, you know
ladies
what?
first. Ladies
You know
first. Go
what?
ahead, storyteller. You got this.
I'm sorry, Mark. My live button thing was covering your hand.
All right. Grand Rising. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you, Uncle Jock. And yes, I need to get back on my game with talking to people and getting on camera and stuff. But I know Donna is on. I was hoping she would come on. She had a very successful networking event on Saturday. She had signed up about 25 people for, to get information on. And we made it so much fun. We were like tag team, and she would get up and start talking to people, and then I would hear something, and then I would stand up. It was like we would tag each other out and start talking. We had such a great time, to the point that we felt like we need to have some type of conversation, a group conversation. Because one lady came and she was working at what's the hospital down the street in Largo?
The new one?
Yeah, no, anyway, with the hospital down the street, she's a nurse. And we started talking to her about her term policies, and she didn't realize that it was about to expire and all the other stuff. And she said, I just didn't know that. She said, can we talk to more of her people, more of her co-workers and nurses and stuff? And I said, we're going to have to do this. We have to really get this together. So needless to say, she killed it. Donna is a natural. She loves being around people, and her energy just gets like, woo. To the point I had to record her, because she went out on the ground and was dancing and everything. So congratulations, Donna, on
Congrats, Donna.
she on it somewhere.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm trying to get to this courthouse, and I don't want to be locked up and can't get my peoples, call my peoples that I got this week. So I'm trying to get to this courthouse. So yes, it was successful, and I have a couple more places that I'm going to set up. So I'm gonna let everybody know. Come on out. We had a ball. Energy, energy, energy. That's what Georgia people.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So wait, Tawana, wait.
I wasn't gonna pass the ball with something else, but go ahead, John.
So are y'all seeing what's manifesting right here? We started talking about it maybe, I want to say around the beginning of the year. We really started shining the spotlight on getting in front of people. Y'all remember? We were saying it's the same conversation to talk to one person as it is to talk to groups of people. That's why I say get on the radio. You know what I mean? You get on the radio, you have one conversation, you're talking to thousands and thousands of people. You go out to these events and you heard Tawana and you heard Donna, and they were intentional about making it fun. This is a conversation that people stay away from because they don't understand all of the dynamics that fall under life insurance. So we got to make this message fun as we're talking to the community. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Tawana. I'm sorry.
Her table was lit. She was asking the questions, and she's like, okay, your turn, we're gonna tag team. Okay, you get that one, you get that one. It was just so much fun. Now, here's the kicker. It was these young men that were walking up and down the event. They had on their suits, their nice little shiny loafers, and dressed to the nine, which I love to see, because those pants weren't sagging. They were insurance agents. And the first one that Donna talked to, he was like a little skeptical about listening. Then the other young man eventually came over, and he had a little swag to him, and he was willing to listen and talk. He looked at the list. They over there just peeking people. We had like a bunch of people just writing their names down on this piece of paper. And I'm like, see how we can just be in a t-shirt and just be ourselves and be comfortable, and people are going to gravitate towards this table as opposed to I
got you speaking my language right now. Yes.
Wait, John. And look, they couldn't even get a prize. I had prizes. They couldn't even get a prize until they got on my calendar. So everybody that came, I had my little sign sitting out, my little QR code. I was like, go ahead, scan that code, because you ain't getting no prize till you scan the code.
Hold on. Man, y'all said something. Hold on. Erik Robinson, are you tapped in or you like in the shower or something? You tapped in? You close? Can you come off mute?
He's tapping.
Hey, Erik, you remember when we sold cars, right? Now I feel like I'm sounding like money. Remember back in the car game, right? But you remember we sold cars. If we sold Hondas, Erik, how did we come dressed to work?
We came just to work, pretty much with looking like they wanted us to be shirt and tie, but polo shirt and a uniform, nice and comfortable.
Nice and comfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the deal. When you are talking to people, you don't want to intimidate them by looking like you don't want, if you go into a community day and it's family day, why show up looking like a tight detective?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yep.
Why show up looking like a tight detective? Because now you looking out of place and now you want to talk to somebody. People gonna be like, man, hold on, let me just go over here. Whole time, Donnay and them probably got music going on. They got candy. They got prizes. They, girl, come over here. You got life for sure. You see what I'm saying? And then the tight detectives had to come over and start detecting and being like, hold on, what they got going on? Not realizing all they had to do was go in the phone booth and come out the uniform.
Absolutely. One more thing. One of the young men said, what company? And we said, Xperts Financial Group. He said, oh, yeah, I heard about that. I said, it was like, oh, yeah, who do you know? He said, Isaiah.
Shut up. See? Man.
Yep.
That's some beautiful stuff. Who you passing that ball to, T?
All right. So, Mark, do you mind if I pass it to my teammate? All right. So I'm going to pass it over to this beautiful young lady. Big time respect and love her dearly. And we're gonna take this business by storm as a team. The money model herself, 𝗯𝗍 Phillips.
Thank you, my big sister Tawana. Man, first I want to say congratulations, Donnay. I am so proud of you. Your first event, all that success you had, I know you're only gonna keep going to the top from here. So I am so happy for you. And Tawana is always right there to support. She's gonna be there to support her team. So I love it.
Thank you.
I wanted to share just my little success over the weekend. I went to a restaurant, and the server, she was fairly young girl, really great personality, excellent customer service. So had a couple conversations with her as she's coming back and forth to the table, being very attentive. And I finally popped a 5-word question, and she said, "No, I don't." And I said, "Okay, we need to talk. Let's exchange contact information." So she was instantly ready, and she said, "It's funny because I've just started thinking about it. So it must be a reason why you and I met today." And I said, "Yep, it sure is." And I asked her, did she have any children? She said she has 2 children. I said, "Oh, we definitely have to make sure you get covered, you and your children." And just because of her personality and the way she was just providing great customer service, open, speaking, just, ready to have conversation, I will pick her for the business after I get her and her family covered. So I'm looking forward. I'm going to call her today, and we're going to have a conversation today and get her green sheet done.
Nice work, nice work. So 𝗯𝗍, this when you went in, and this might be good when did you know you were going to pick her? Because here's the deal. When you're out spotting talent, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want just everybody. It had to be something that made you, the servers are going to be nice. They're going to have, most of the time, nice personalities, whatever. What was it that saw you or that made you want to move in and prospect?
Well, like you said, servers, that's their job, to come in and kind of service you while you're at your table. But she seemed to go above and beyond. She explained everything in detail. She, just was just very willing to be accommodating. I loved her personality, very sweet girl. Like I said, she wasn't afraid to open her mouth either. Sometimes you come across some servers and they don't say much, they don't have much personality, but that stood out to me. And I think she would do great over here with what we're doing.
Nice work. Well, guys, y'all are doing some amazing work out here. I don't know if you can tell, it's a whole different climate. Just here in the last, I'd probably say, nope, since March Madness, the climate has really changed. So great job, guys. Who you passing that ball to, Money Model?
Okay, I'm going to pass it over to this gentleman who always inspires us, always has a lot of money-making activities in his business, and brings all the nuggets back to us. So I'm going to pass the ball to none other than Dr. Mark, the financial prophet, FIT prophet.
And real quick, guys, real quick, Troy, as of right now, Troy, you'll be the last hand. Go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you, Nigel. The Money Model is awesome to hear what you're doing. I know that waitress is going to be blown away by what you're doing for their family. And I just wanted to share this morning that you got to stay laser focused. Yesterday, before in the morning, I looked down underneath the kitchen sink and had a little leak, and I had to we had to get a new faucet for the kitchen sink, bottom line. I said, man, I don't want to go through this on a Sunday. But my wife and I, we had to go to Lowe's and choose a new faucet. So, we went on to Lowe's and we went past one aisle and I went to go get, a faucet we needed. And then I was on the way to the register and I said, man, I forgot this little thing, a little bush that we needed for the piping. So we went back and we saw this couple. And the couple had a little baby in their hands. So, the radar went off to the left right there in the aisle. And I asked them, hey, do you all have, the 5 magic words we asked them? And they said, the guy said, yeah, well, I got it at work. And my radar went up. I said, do you know that you can't take that with you? Do you have anything outside of work? He said, no. And his wife wasn't really, tuned in. But I said, y'all got $1 million baby right there. We want to get y'all covered. So I got his name and everything, and his number. We're going to set up an appointment with him. But I was tired, y'all. I'm sharing this with you because you got to stay focused. Because I was tired all day yesterday. Got to stay focused. Focus on the people, on families getting covered. Man, there's so many people out there that don't know. And they think just the coverage they have at work is enough, but it's not enough. So I wanted to share that this morning, and hopefully I got some other good news. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Mark, you just said something. We're gonna have to change this. I don't know if y'all heard Mark say it, but it really is. What we're asking people is, did y'all hear what he said?
I thought he was tired.
Ain't nobody taking notes. I know. He said he asked, what kind of question? Do you remember what you said, Mark?
Yeah, I asked the question, the 5-word question.
You said something right before the million.
Do you realize you have $1 million baby?
$1 million baby.
$1 million question. Do y'all realize this is really, if you really think about it, if you go out every day, that's the $1 million question. That question can yield you millions and millions of dollars. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down, or picking up what Mark is putting down? I happen to pick it up. Y'all almost dropped it. So we put it back in the nugget bucket so everybody can pick that nugget up. Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Just that, the last thing I just want to share is that, we have some other licensed agents and other companies, and I'm going to tell y'all this. Our compensation plan is amazing. I just want to tell you that. Do not back down. Do not move. Things to come. When you reaching out to another person, another agency, or team, and you're going for the big fish, I'll just let you know our compensation plan is hands down. I just want to tell y'all that. Hopefully, got some good news coming soon with reaching out to other agencies. So I want to put that out there because I know we're gonna have some winning moments. So just wanted to share that also.
And speaking of comp plan, when you're talking to folks, if you're leading with comp, make sure you add the legacy component to it.
Oh, yes, Uncle Jock. You just said
because if they're licensed, comp doesn't move a lot of licensed agents by itself. Even though you got a high comp, usually licensed agents want to hear about leadership. You know what I mean? They want to hear about training. They want to hear about
Right.
lead gen. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? But that legacy plan always gonna knock their socks off.
Yep. Hands down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Great job, man. Who you passing that ball to?
Thank you. I get this privilege and honor to pass this ball to none other than the index voice of inspiration, coming all the way from Maryland, Troy Gandy. What you got, Mr. Gandy?
All right. Thank you, Dr. Mark. It's always a pleasure to receive some kudos from you for sure. All right. Because I hold you in high esteem. You've been doing your thing ever since you got here. Man. All right. Well, with that being said, I'm just excited about helping and assisting agents and trying to get them to go green. Now that we have some licensed agent, our newest licensed agent, Miss Jackie Ballard, will be going green real soon. And not only that, but our newest agent assisting Derek Bradley and giving him kudos because he was my internet provider that I, just happened to pique his interest while he was working on my internet. And he jumped in like nobody's business and forced me to work my craft because I'm usually hands-on type guy. You always see me doing this right here. So I'm always, I'm the hands-on guy. Let me put it on paper and write it down. But he forced me to go into the green sheet in the 120 agency plan and work it through that way. Oh, man. And the excitement that he got out of it and encouraged me. I was like, man, I need to do some more of this. Because this guy, he came back, he was like, okay, well, I need to get my insurance policy now. Okay, well, now that I know what I need this and this and this and this. So I'm trying to tell y'all, if you ain't engaged and you ain't caught up with it and you ain't getting in the mix, you got to follow the system. I'm just saying. The system works and it's going to bring you some more business, and just help you explode. So I'm looking forward to it. Also, I'm getting ready for this luncheon that I'm planning because we didn't have any major events going on around in my location up here in this rural Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we created our own, and we're going to be doing a nice Impact Index luncheon on August the 23rd at Impact Ministries, 19763 Long Meadow Road in Hagerstown, Maryland. So if you ain't there, you be square, all right? So if you're anywhere in the vicinity, you want to make sure you're in the house to make sure that you get these nuggets that we're going to drop to help you grow your community.
Troy.
All right.
Troy, who gets the green sheet?
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody get a green sheet.
And we have yet to figure out the proper way to spell everybody, so we're still looking. If you have a way that you spell everybody, please put it in the chat.
Get your green sheets. Everybody get your green sheets.
Troy, you can go ahead and keep the ball, sir. Go ahead and do your thing.
All right. Well, I ain't going to take the ball and just keep the ball. I had to give the ball back to Uncle Jock because Uncle Jock steered some correct